This is Esmeralda Simmons. I'm the Executive Director of the Center for Law and Social Justice and a Civil Rights Attorney in Brooklyn, New York. Redistricting, what is it? Redistricting is a term that actually says what it is. It is when they take the districts, that is the legislative geography that's currently in effect, and they change it. They redistrict it. And why does that happen at all? Well, to talk about that, I'm going to have to talk very quickly about what this country is supposed to be about, democracy. In order to have a democracy that's fair, or attempts to be fair, every single district within a certain geographic area has to have the same amount of people in it. So one district over here doesn't have more people than the other, and doesn't have the same influence on the legislator that's representing that area. So you want area X to have the same number of people as area Y. So that means their legislators both have the same amount of weight behind them. Secondly, over periods of time, people move and people shift about. So one year, citizen A is living in District X and he moves over to District Y. So in order to make sure that the districts stay somewhat equal, every 10 years after the census, the census is taken, the decennial census is taken, they readjust the districts to make them the same size. Now it's apples and oranges. What do I mean by that? City council districts have to be equal to city council district. Assembly districts have to be equal to assembly district. And congressional districts have to be equal to congressional districts. How does it take place? It's different every place around the United States, but this is going on across the entire nation, in municipalities, in cities, in the Congress, everything but the United States Senate, which is not based on districts. How does it take place? In New York State, it takes place through an agency that's been appointed by the state legislature. It's called LAT4, an acronym that means nothing, but the agency's actual name is the Legislative Task Force for Demographic Research and Reapportionment. LAT4 is an old acronym that we all held on to because it's easier than a new acronym would be. This task force, which is a byproduct of the state legislature, is charged with coming up with new districts that equalize the districts across New York State for the state Senate and the state Assembly and the state Congress and the congressional seats from New York State. That process is going on right now, and it's going on in the state legislature. The governor has to sign off on a legislative bill, and it's also going on, as it usually does, in the courts.